Modern U.S. workplace culture is very different from workplace culture throughout most of humanity's working history. Until relatively recently, it wasn't unusual for workers to be permanently maimed on the job and even killed. In many professions like coal mining, skyscraper construction, and sea fishing, severe injuries and deaths weren't only acceptable, they were even expected. Unfortunately, there are many places in the world where this attitude is still common. In some parts of Africa, workers dive to the bottom of dangerous mud pits searching for diamonds. In Indonesia, shipbreakers walk without shoes or other protection among rusty, polluted shards of iron. And in India, it's common for workers in manhole foundries to haul and pour molten iron wearing nothing but a loincloth. One can only imagine the horrible injuries that must be routine under these working conditions, and the short life expectancy and low quality of life for those who work there. In some circles, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, has a reputation for being a big government agency out to punish small business owners. OSHA is sometimes seen as a demanding bureaucracy with long lists of unreasonable regulations for businesses. A common misconception is that if these businesses do not comply, OSHA is waiting to slap them with hefty fines. This simply isn't true. OSHA does require industry to follow many guidelines, but it isn't out to get anyone. OSHA was created to address a need to protect workers from hazardous workplace conditions and to counteract the type of workplace culture that led people to think it was normal to lose fingers and arms throughout the course of a career. In general, OSHA would rather help employers correct problems than levy fines and citations. Here's an example of how OSHA can have a direct impact on the health and safety of workers. While driving through Madison, Wisconsin one June day, an OSHA compliance safety and health officer from OSHA's Madison area office observed work being performed at an excavation site. The CSHO saw a potentially unsafe trench and stopped to do an inspection. When the CSHO inspected the trench, he found it to be unsupported and unstable. He warned the foreman that no one should enter the trench, and during the opening conference with the employer, a portion of the trench wall collapsed. The contractor had been preparing to install an inlet box for a storm sewer, and if the CSHO hadn't stopped at the site, one or more workers could have been seriously injured or killed.